hottest station is now live for your enjoyment with host Iambranded.
Have good conversation, the whole woo-wop, and I want to welcome everybody to this edition of Branded After Dark. I am Branded here alongside the beautiful host as well, Sweet Aaron, in the building. And, I always told myself before this year closed and everything is pretty much done, I need to have some extra dialogue with this guy who is our guest this evening. And I just kind of figured that, tonight will be a perfect night to not just talk about what he's up to, what he's about to be doing, and just the state of music and the whole deal. I just kind of feel like, this dude is definitely one of the, he got one of the dopest voices, not just being a part of Men at Large, but, even his solo stuff is definitely on fire.
Absolutely.
And, I just want to make sure that I let the universe, understand and know that my appreciation for Mr. David Tolliver is, extra large. So I just wanted to, just wanted to make sure that I get his man some just due. And Dave Tolliver is in the building tonight on Branded After Dark. And I don't know what else. I need to do, Dave. Like, Dave, I think I need to, shine your shoes and wash your car on occasion too, bro. Like, I feel like I need to do something more than help out. You know what I mean?
Man, what you're doing right now is a beautiful thing, man. A lot of people take the internet for granted, but it's a beautiful platform, man. I try to do at least 3 to 10 of these a month, man. I don't mind whoever, whenever, wherever. I'm appreciative of it. I grew up in commercial radio. I started doing radio. My dad was one of the top programmers in the country back in the, middle 80s. And I was fortunate enough to get a job, so I started doing that. So I understand the importance and knowing how hard it is now to get, on commercial radio unless you have an inside man or, you got a nice little budget, and neither one that I have right now. So, I appreciate it because I know you got a billion listeners out there, and I'm thankful, brother. What it do?
Man, it's all right. It's love 110%, man. And actually, you know what? Just in case that the listeners didn't know that, like, if memory serves me correct, like, you was doing radio stuff out in Cleveland, right?
Oh man, I did radio in Cleveland, the Virgin Islands. I do some internet radio here and there too, man. Most definitely.
Word. So on top of that, before I start getting into, anything that's like current music and what's in store and what do you think about this, that, and the other, like, just your experience from being in that commercial radio lane to online radio now and to the evolution of the stations and how they roll and get down, like, what's your opinion about it all?
Commercial radio today is trash. It's a controlled substance. It's like if you smoke a blunt or you sniff some coke, you know what's gonna happen every time.
Word.
If you put a roofie in a drink, you know what's gonna happen every time. You pop that X pill. Well, you might not. You know what you think you know what's gonna happen when you pop that X pill. You know what I mean? But ain't no telling what's happening in the end result.
Right.
Yeah.
Commercial radio. My thing I tell cats, if you have the money to get on there, do it because it's still part of the most viable platform as far as like promoting your music is getting it on there and getting stations to get behind you or getting these broadcast companies. But if you have money, do it yourself, push it online. The internet station, you can get your own internet station, you know what I'm saying? There's Blog Talk, there's Spreaker, there's Live 365. But I still think at this point right now, I still think grassroots is still most effective. Breaking it from the streets, you go around, you guys got to grease the DJ's palms or become friends with one of the DJs out, one of the top DJs in the street, give him some of that hot music, and maybe he'll bang it. Get him a bottle or something. It's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate that now it's you can't be awarded for just your talent.
Right.
Will we ever see it? Like, how it was when you and Men at Large first broke out. I'm pretty sure the excitement of getting on the mainstream station was epic. Like, a lot of people used to go crazy, get out their cars, do a handstand when they hear themselves on the radio for the first time. Like, will we ever experience that again? Like, ever?
I don't think so, man, because they found a way. You know, I think the checks and balances, this capitalist society is just about controlling people,
Right.
and putting people in different classes and separating everybody and putting them where they think they're supposed to be, or putting them where their lineage puts them, so to speak. I mean, to talk about that, you can talk about the money, you can talk about consciousness. I mean, there's so much you could talk about, but I just don't think, you know, back in the day when I did radio, it was nothing for me to, because I had like a hip hop show on the weekend too, besides working during the week. So it was nothing for me to just get somebody's record and just put it on the radio. Now,
Right.
even on the hip hop shows that are not programmed, day parted and programmed, you know, to repeat itself like it does in the regular format, you still have all the records that go through the mix shows have to be approved. Cats don't even know that. They have to be approved. And I mean, and then,
Right.
or, you know, then you might find a cat that has some type of power or leeway, and, you know, like a Greg Street down here in Atlanta, or, you know, pick a name, and in the city, whoever the hot dude is, if you're on the air, he could probably slide one or two in, but it still got to go through the head guy. It might have to go through exchanging the money in the palms, you know, so I doubt it. It's not going to be easy for everybody. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they found a way to destroy the record stores, the record companies. I'm pretty sure commercial radio is next. So we'll see. Because I was listening to, I don't mean to cut you off, I was listening to satellite radio, and I'm like, damn, I'm rocking backspin, you know what I'm saying? And now I hear the same stuff every day now. And it's like at the same time, I'm like, dog, yo, they've been rocking Naughty by Nature, everything gonna be all right. Man, they've been rocking that every day. I'm like, damn. I said, I was pumped the first time I heard it, like last week, but then I said, okay, pump, and they go, don't go down, don't. I'm like, yo. So I don't think so. I'm long-winded, man. My bad.
Nah, you good.
No,
You good.
It's good. I just wanted to say, so you think overall though that, like, social media and the way things are going, that technology has really been a detriment to this industry?
I think technology has been a detriment to life, period. Just put it like that. It has. I mean,
absolutely.
I think that it has, on one hand, it has given the poorest person in the neighborhood to become a millionaire. Real talk. You never know what happens. But on the flip side, it has killed. Oh man, okay. Here's how I look at the rated music right now. You know, when you were in high school, and the Letterman guys came around, those were the special guys in school, special guys and girls. If you had a Letterman jacket, you were popular. You were one of the top athletes. You were the true. It was an elite group of people that were allowed to have these letters. Well, but imagine going to school and everybody gets to wear the same letter jacket. That's what music is like now. Anybody can get it. It's like, here, take your jacket, man, and come on and rock with us. And it's whack. And some of them cats can't play ball like I can play ball. They can't ball like me.
Right.
But
and see, and Dave, that's the thing that I want to ask you, man, because I mean, I listen to a lot of your records, and you know, solo and, you know, with Men at Large, and I'm like, you know, I ain't saying that because you the homie. I'm just saying that as a true fan of music, I mean that your songs can hold, you know, your songs is gonna always hold, you know, some near and dear, you know, way more than some of the stuff of the people that came out in the last 10, 15 years or whatever. So, my question to you is, bruh, is are we gonna ever see? Because we have the opportunity, Dave, for us to be bosses in this business now, as opposed to having the record labels, you know, kind of dominate the scene like they did back in the day. But, I mean, will we ever see not just revenue shine bright, but also the opportunities that not just people like yourself had, but, you know, others that just got just as much talent? Like, are we ever going to see not just money, but opportunity flow from a lot of other people and not just some of the, you know, top 10, 15 that the mainstream looks at?
I don't think so, man. I just don't. I think every year, every 5 to 10 years, you might see a shuffle in, different artists come in, different things like that. But as far as like on the urban side, Man, it's gonna be, you're going to see the same people over and over again until they die, or they decide to let a couple more in, or BET has, they pick one, like they picked Kendrick Lamar, and he, boom. And then they picked, who else? One of the other girls, can I get a refill? Her. They picked her, and then, you know, like, it's about who they want to begin. I think that goes down to the relationships, who knows what they stand to get out of it. You dig what I'm saying? Like, nepotism at its best, you know what I mean? And I think that's what it's all about. I mean, man, this game started to take a drastic turn, like 94, 95. I think they really stopped caring about what the artists look like. I mean, they care about what they look like, but just about the whole branding and molding of a group to create a long-term career, like the OJs or like, you know, people like that. You don't, like, even the 90s were part of that times where they decided to not brand them and make them like really household names that'll be around, or force them to create multiple bodies of work to have that longevity that they had. They stopped doing artist development. I mean, man, the game is crazy, man. They stopped doing artists, but they don't teach people how to do interviews. Like, you see some of these guys going 106 in Park and stuff, and they, yeah, well, you know, I'm out here, man. You know, me and people know me, man, out in the trap. You know, dudes out there. You know, what is this dude saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, we doing big down here. You know, man, we got down here, we got a popping out, popping bottles. You know, it sounds like step and fetch it, man. Step and fetch it. I'm saying they don't teach them. They need to instill those programs back in on black side of music. Well, even on some of the young white sides too. But they need to instill a program like they do in sports, where, you know, because it's a billion-dollar business, a multi-billion-dollar business in sports. So they put those rookies in them classes to teach them decorum class and how to conduct yourself in this industry. Otherwise, we're gonna take you out of here. You know, you're gonna lose your whole thing. And I think, you know, with music, it's so disposable because everybody can do it now. I mean, technology, hell, getting back to technology, hell, cats used to make so much money sitting up in those big studios engineering our record. I mean, we went over budget for our second record because we kept fine-tuning, adding records, different stuff like that. We went over budget probably about, I think Gerald told us like $75,000. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, where'd the money go? But hell, if you're sitting up in a studio, if you book a studio all week, we booked a studio for 2 months in Philadelphia, and we in there all day. You got an engineer. This dude getting $120 an hour because it took somebody that had to go to school, not had to go to school, but had somebody that had to have an understanding of how to run that board. And that board, oh my God, you know, whatever type of board it was, it took time. So Cat was, man. And then when he started coming out with all those programs, it's a million of them out there. I mean, it closed all that down. I mean, some people still use those big studios, but hell, it's a bunch of multi-platinum records right now that have been cut in somebody's water damaged basement somewhere in the swamps in some southern city somewhere that got plaques all over their wall. I'm telling you, you know what I mean? I've recorded records laying down, because I was being lazy, laying down on my man's couch with the mic in my hand. And you
Hey, Dave Tyler was our guest on Branded After Dark, and I mean, I always look at it like, you know, nowadays, especially just the way that things are portrayed, bro. Like, I always feel like nowadays you got too many singers, you got too many rappers, you got too many people that you know, I got, you know, such and such record label or such and such entertainment or whatever. I always felt like more was less, as opposed to how it originally broke out, when, especially lyrically, vocally, or whatever, where I just feel like the pictures was painted nicely, less was more. You know, some women too in certain cases was, you know, wearing less, but they wasn't wearing like next to nothing like it is nowadays. So, you know, less was more. So, you know, the imagination, it captured the imagination of a guy. My question to you, bro, is, I mean, Is it just to the simple fact that it's just too overdosed right now? Like everybody want to be a gangster, everybody want to come out with the hottest sex songs.
Yeah.
Is it just premature ejaculation for for this industry right now?
Man, I think for the urban side, hey, that's nice though. The urban side, the black side, I think we've totally lost our way. There's no R&B. The R&B is the rap dudes because there ain't really a lot of cats rapping. These dudes are singing.
Right.
You got downside and I'm saying the R&B singers. I only know 2 male R&B singers that's out that's really doing anything, and that's Trey Songz and Chris Brown, and they ain't doing nothing about sing. They singing the same stuff the dudes is rapping about. Man, my daughter's 8 years old, and she's been hipping me to these. But I knew about Justin Bieber, and hell, he's black now. Justin Timberlake is black. Robin Thicke is black. Miley Cyrus is black. Katy Perry is trying to become black. Ariana Grande is black. They got that Aaron Mahone guy. He's dope too. He's on Cash Money. He's black. Man, my daughter said, "Listen to him, Daddy. He got the Don't Be Cool beat singing a record and with Baby and Sean Garrett and a boom boom kappa boom." And they singing about the stuff that we used to sing about. And that's fucked. I'm sorry, that's fucked up. Can I say that on the show? That's fucked up.
Yeah. Hey, live on the air, bro. Go for it. Yeah.
That's fucked up, man. Because, and then I could tell you another thing, how the technology killed my money flow. Because, it wasn't nothing for me for every summer for a good 10 years to make 20, 25 racks doing hooks for dudes in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And then when they got the computers and all kind of stuff like that, it was like, man, how much you want? I was like, man, give me a couple $1,000. Man, man, for you, I'll do it for $1,000. Oh, man, that's a little too deep, man. I'm going to just get my man from around the corner to come and knock it off for $50. And that's exactly what he did.
Lord Jesus.
And I'm saying, if he don't sound good, you can use auto-tune, Melodyne, whatever to fix up his shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
And what I don't understand is what I don't understand, Dave, is the fact that when you give them like a nice price or whatever, and they be like, oh man, people don't want to invest in themselves too. They want to try to find the easiest way to get something popping for free. You know what I'm saying? And I get that, but at the same time,
understand. No, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that. It just seemed like people don't want to invest in themselves like you guys did, because. You know what I'm saying? When you did, you pretty much had to do everything in your power to not just, put out quality music, but you was on a timetable via your record label, so they pretty much kind of controlled the house until you made a hit, and then things was whatever. You know what I mean? So it's different now, but people don't want to spend that money or that time and invest in themselves.
They don't want to spend time
and by that, they're not getting your experience. That's all they're making a beat. That's it. They're not, engrossing themselves in the industry.
Here's one thing I think, though. The young guys are starting to do a little more research now, because I know down here in Atlanta, I'll go, somebody say, man, come out to the joint, man. I've been in there singing. I always keep my music on my phone. I always keep a disc in my backpack, walk around like a big-ass schoolboy with my backpack on with my Adidas. And I say, all right, rock out. And they be like, oh, man, I heard your stuff from my mom this, or, or, man, you dope. Let me do this, and they look you up. Man, yeah, I was looking you up. They're more apt. That's one way that technology has kind of helped out. But, I think, technology is great, but it's killed us too, man. It's so many people in the game right now. It's hard to appreciate anything.
Right.
You got to, like you said, more, you say less is more and more is less. It is because, all these groups coming out and they have these hits or whatever. Nobody knows who they are when they walk through the airport. Shit, I walk through the airport and some people still know who I am. They be like, yo,
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of these cats that come through there now, they'll never know who you are. They're not going to even see you. They won't even know you.
Right.
And so I've heard a couple people say sometimes they went to a concert, didn't even know what the cats looked like, until they got there for the first time seeing them. But they like the song, so they just went anyway. You know what I mean? We live in a day and age like that. You know what I mean? The last time they did stuff like that was when they didn't want to buy nigga records, so they put the white face on the covers. And then when you got to the time, you saw they was black. You know what I'm saying? So now we doing it a flip way. You know what I mean? So, man, the game is crazy.
And what we gonna do about it is one of those things where it's just like, thank God, like you got a handful of joints, you know what I'm saying, more than a handful that will withstand the test of time. Because I mean, I swear, bro, like over the last decade and a half, people don't make those timeless songs like they used to, right?
And I mean, that's why I refuse to change with my solo stuff. You know, I've gotten a little edgier with my content, but still stay true to writing. You know,
you still tell a
content.
story.
Yeah, I still have content in my music. You know what I'm saying? Even if I'm talking about sex, or if I'm at the club, I want to say it in poetically. I want to say it in terms of people like, oh, yo, that was a great record.
Right.
Even if I was talking about something stupid, but I said it poetically, it was like, yo, that was dope, man. The way I mean, that's what so that's how I try to write.
True. Which is nobody does that anymore. It's like the first 3 seconds of a song, we're already finished. Nobody tells a story anymore.
Yeah, man, it's a wrap.
Not like they used to. Dave Tolliver is our guest on Branded After Dark, and what's going on with you, man? As far as anything new, and what's going on with Men at Large, the group, like. What you guys still doing something? Like what's the plan for you, sir?
Well, the plan for me, let's talk about me first.
Okay.
Me right now, I'm doing this, I released a record in 2009 called Black Pavarotti. At that time, my demographic wasn't ready for iTunes and CD Baby. Now all of a sudden, like 2011, they was all on it. So now I have a new deal with a company called Monarchy Spectra. And I just be honest with you. People say, why do you do that? Because I don't feel like doing it independently like that. I don't want to go, like, out in the clubs. Man, when I got here, man, listen, man, I ain't had a huge hit since the 90s. So, the way I keeps it 100, man, I ain't about to sugarcoat shit with y'all. The way I work now, it's like check to check. So when I got down here in Atlanta, money got a little tight. So I'm out. I met some good guys, man, some great R&B singers down here. And I'm out at the club with these dudes every night, singing and selling CDs, and we put this group together called the Kinfolk Syndicate. It was me, Tony Terry, and 5 or 6 of the hottest local dudes down here, and they all our age or a little bit younger. And we going around and we tearing the clubs up. I'm like, damn, we giving these niggas a $100,000 concert. We ain't getting paid, and we selling CDs. I'm like, how eight niggas gonna eat off of that?
Right.
Everybody got their own CDs. I'm like, man, we should just put one CD together and sold them all with everybody's record on it and just split it up. We'd have still made the same money and wouldn't have to walk around like we begging for handouts.
That's true.
I got getting back to where I'm at now. It's like I'm a record label. It's called Monarchy Spectra. Spectra is a long-time label with some classic music from back in the day. Also on the labels, Adina Howard, Tony Terry, Glenn Jones, Phaedro Starr from Onyx. And my single is out right now. With this type of company, what they do is they don't promote singles, they promote albums. And it's really like a licensing deal, and the licensing deal is where they split your money with you basically and get your songs placed on TV, movies, commercials. Incidentally, the single I have out now called Home, they didn't do this, but me and my partner produced it, Carl Borden. They played it on Single Ladies, the season finale. So, and then I heard I was supposed to be the series finale. But, man, God is great, man. Centric picked it up. It's the same company. I knew it was just going to get dumped down to one of the black label channels.
No doubt. No doubt.
So they picked it up, which means they're going to probably be playing. They're going to play it all the seasons all the way up and then play the season finale 1,000,000 times before they start the new season. So that'll be a nice check. The album, I'm almost done with it. Got a few more tracks to go. The album is called #Something Like the Greatest. I got some good records on there. Some very good records on there. Production from 314.
How did the name come about for your record? How did your name?
My ego, people pumping me up and telling me how great I am. I mean, just being honest. I mean, everywhere I go, you know, I don't consider myself to be a legend. I mean, because we sold a lot of records, but we didn't sell a lot of records. You did, and I mean, we made a niche in '90s music history, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't what I wanted it to be. It wasn't what I wanted it to be, and I just, man, I go out, man, and I sing records. Like, people go out and say, man, you need to do this. And I say, no, I'm not singing nobody else's records. I'm doing my own shit. And I go out and I sing my own stuff, and I tear the house down. I get standing nose. I say, maybe like, man, you were great, man. You the good. Niggas be telling me I'm the greatest, they the dopest. I'm definitely not the dopest vocalist ever, but I can say I'm something like the greatest because I come from the Joe Levert, Eddie Levert camp, and they say a lot of people say they're the greatest. So, I was bred to him. I'm something like the greatest. Hashtag something like the greatest. I am.
Hey, and Dave, come on, man. Keep it, Dave, come on now. Anytime that you have songs, you know what I'm saying, solo or group, that people will be able to sing, you know what I'm saying, and be able to, you know, let their kids sing, or, you know, the next generation is able to sing along and stuff like that. I mean, you won, bruh. Like, you don't have to do another song, really, and you still won. You know what I'm saying? You just adding on to your legacy, bruh. So, you know, I'm just saying that as a fan first, you know what I mean? So, you know, I got to make sure that I give credit where credit's due, because, you know, you help bring in a little child of mine. So, you know, just trying to put that out there. Just saying.
I'm telling you, I'm So Alone, I mean, that song still impacts me to this day. Like, I know
probably because she's still alone, though. No, I'm just playing. Sorry.
That's too bad.
I'm just playing.
You know what? You need to sit down. You need to have several seats, okay? Have several seats.
I'm just playing.
I mean, I hate you. Anyway,
you don't have to be alone.
If he plays that song tonight, I swear to God, it's still going to make me cry, and then I'm going to have to pick myself up off the floor. I mean, that music brings me back into such a wonderful time in my life.
Man, the 90s. I was just telling my mother-in-law today, I was like, we was watching the Unsung on Cooley High, and it just seemed like everything in the 70s was cool. I mean, like everything that they said, everything they did, it was cool. And then the 90s, when you say it takes you back, like when I hear the groups or different stuff, especially when I hear groups that I've toured with or been on the road with or that I still talk to this day, it takes me back to that time. And I really miss it because we had, I mean, damn, man, the 90s and the 70s was probably, I hated the 80s, but the 90s and the 70s were, especially the 90s for me because I was in the thick of everything that was hot. Man, I mean, you know, it just and that song So Alone, it's a very impactful song. A lot of people thought that song was about me singing about a girl, but I was singing about my mom. My mom had died, and she had just died, and then like 9 months after that, Jason, my original partner, his father died, and our road manager's dad died right after that, and Joe's grandfather died all around the same time, and one of the guys from the Rude Boys were having some personal issues, and they couldn't find him. So it was just like a real emotional time, and, man, I was in the studio crying, man. I hate that record because it didn't, for one, there go my ego again coming out, it didn't portray my true vocal stylings, but as I grew up in the game, I understood that song, it had a vibe on it that people could tell in the way I was singing it that I was hurt. They could feel my emotion in it.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I've hated that song all the way. I still, you know, because the last thing I remember about that song, what brings me back, is that Gerald wrote that song for me to sing in memory of my mom, and then I had to sing it for him at his memorial. And when I think about my mom, the last time I saw her, she was, you know, cold on the slab. But that song means so much to, because I didn't want to sing it no more. And that song, I figured out a few years ago how much that song means to people. Man, I've sung that song, I guarantee you, at probably like 500 to 1,000 funerals, and no telling how many times I've sung it at shows. One time I was singing it, a friend of mine, his son got gunned down, wrong place, wrong time, in Des Moines, Iowa, and I'm up there singing the song in the church. Dude, I'm not lying to you. I start singing the record, and they start screaming like I'm in a concert.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
I've never been in your position, but I kind of understand where you're coming from. Why people screaming is kind of like you kind of feel like they screaming for the wrong reason, right?
Right.
Yo, they were screaming like we was at a concert. They weren't screaming like.
Oh, okay, I got you.
They were screaming for me like we was at a concert. I was like, I turned to the dude on the piano after I got through the end of the first chorus. I was like, I'm in church. I said, hey man, turn that shit off. I said, go to I Need You Now, Smokey Norfolk. I didn't think that was appropriate.
Wow.
Right. And, it's still.
Right.
It
Well,
still
I'll tell you what, that song
good.
had me crying in the 10th grade science class because we used to watch BET when we were finished with our work. That's the kind of school I grew up in. But I mean, I still remember watching the video and back then, and I mean, trying not to cry in the middle of science. I mean, it's a very, very impactful
She
song.
cutting the frog and crying. Don't cry for me.
Word. No doubt. Jay Tolliver is our guest.
Hit in the middle.
Jay Tolliver is our guest on Branded After Dark. And what's going on with Men at Large, man?
Oh, let me finish about Dave Tolliver though. The record should be out this summer. I'm gonna try. My birthday is July 30th. My birthday is July 30th, so I'm gonna try to get a release around that time. You know what I mean? It has to be on Tuesday. So yeah, and then I'm doing plays, movies, all that other stuff. And I have a reality show coming too, but I can't really talk about it like that I won't talk about it until it's done. Then we can come back and we can talk about it again. I have the whole cast on there with me. But I can tell you some of the people that are involved is Joe Little from the Rude Boys, Bone Crusher, Shorty the comedian, and that's all that you would know. There's some pretty ladies on there, different stuff like that. But Men at Large, brief history. This is 1992. This is 2004. This is our 22nd year since we came out. I've had two partners. My original partner, Jason, right now he's doing gospel. He's been doing gospel, but right now he's really probably getting ready to do it big. He don't give me plugs like this though, but I give him plugs.
Right.
That's just me. He's with Erica Campbell from Mary Mary's husband, Warren, with My Block Records. So his stuff should be hitting the radio airwaves real soon.
Okay.
He's still fat as hell, too. He's shaped like SpongeBob.
You are out of control, boy. Oh, my goodness.
He's down here in Atlanta with me. My other partner, Gemini, who I've been singing with since 96. So this will make our 16th year. Because me and Jason, we didn't fall out. We just kind of, grew apart. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Right.
He was, my mom and his mom were best friends for 30 years before my mom passed away. And we were always together. If you saw me, you saw him. And I always had the car, always had the job, always had the money. I've been working since I was 10 years old, dude. I'm tired of working now. I delivered papers, delivered pizza, worked at the Pizza Hut call center, worked for collection company. Man, I've done it all. You know what I'm saying? I sold my meat on the market. So now, you didn't catch that.
Yeah, I did. I caught it. I caught it.
Okay. She didn't say nothing.
Hey, I'm slow. I'm slow, but I ain't that slow, bro. Come on now.
I can't believe you said that.
Like Chris Brown said, I pulled the panties to the side and just slid that one in.
There you go. There you go. Oh man, Dave off the chain as always, man.
Oh man, and I mean, I want to do. Everybody say, man, why you don't do stand-up comedy? Because I'm scared. There's a couple things I'm scared of. Like, I'm scared to get shot. I'm scared to go do stand-up comedy. Like when we do our shows, man, I'll be telling joke after joke after joke. That's why we be on stage so long. I'm telling jokes. I'm cracking jokes on him. I'm cracking jokes on everything the whole time. I've been trying. Rodney Perry said he was gonna help me with my stand-up, but he ain't came through. But that's a whole.
There you go.
But Men at Large, man. I've been thinking about.
I'd pay to see you do stand-up. That you're hilarious.
So what about? Would you pay me?
Yeah, you might want to look into that.
Yeah, hey, you can send it to his PayPal right now. Then, if you that official with it, then go ahead. Go ahead. Come on now.
I'm
You know,
gonna
we
have to
work
hear some more
online,
jokes.
baby.
Come on.
We could always wire some money somewhere real quick, though. I'm just saying.
I got the PayPal. I'm going to wire to you tomorrow. Man, save you a couple dollars, man. Just send it to my PayPal. You know,
There you
save
go.
a little bit more because PayPal gonna take they gonna take their percentage. So you need to send about 2 to 5% over what we talked about. So
There it
they'll
is.
be an even number.
Well,
But
let me
it
tell
is.
you, if your jokes are anything like you're singing, you can make it. So I think you need to look into it.
Oh,
I'm serious. That's from the tear to your eye.
Hey,
Where y'all at, man?
you
What part of the
got
country
my
y'all
man
in?
Dave. You got my man Dave stuck right now. Like he don't know what to say right now. That's
I
not
do
like
know
you,
what to say.
man.
I do know what to say. I just, I don't want to cross no lines because I don't know, But anyway, I don't know y'all background. Y'all could be, you could be being all friendly, and then, I heard you talking shit to that nigga who's on the phone.
Hey, for real,
No, it ain't even like that.
Well,
So,
people out there, make sure y'all hit that. Go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. No,
go ahead, man. You good?
The minute large, we still doing. Actually, we are. Damn, I keep forgetting to tell people about this. They wrote a play about Gerald versus Life. It's called "Baby Hold On to Me," and we're actually supposed to be in it as Men at Large. And I told my told my partner, I said, "Dude, ain't nobody gonna believe you, Jason. Dude, you fat, but you don't look like him, man. This ain't, I don't know how that's gonna work."
Out of control.
I don't know how it's gonna work, but I mean, we're gonna work it out. So that. I've been thinking about just maybe cutting a couple singles. We've been talking about cutting a couple singles and just throwing them up on iTunes and, just getting us back out there. And, if it happened to, go a little bit viral or people start to catch on to it and share, repost, buy, or, get people in the know, promoters, maybe we do some stuff. But right now I'm really just, I honestly, I want to close the chapter of my life on that book. And,
Gotcha.
but I keep wanting to. I have this Captain Save-A-Hole mentality, man. And I'm not saying my partner's a hoe, but I just have like this Captain Save-A-Hole mentality where I got to save everybody. But then the Minute Large thing,
right.
It is my bread and butter. So when they say, why don't you book
right.
Dave Tolliver, man? Get him from Minute Large. Oh, where are you? What he got out? Is it out? Is it doing this? It's all these prerequisites. And,
right.
Well, man, what's up with the group? How much they want? Oh, man, I don't know. It's all of that shit that I have to go through now. You know what I'm saying? People devaluing what we know we're worth and better. I mean, cats, we go out for fucking kibbles and bits, and then we give you gold bars from Fort Knox, from the Federal Reserve. I mean, that's what we do, man. I know sometimes we get booked. And, like, we'll book now and we say, we want a band. And we'll have them get a band there and put them on. Man, I know a couple of times we was only supposed to do, like, 40 minutes and staying on stage for almost 2 hours because we were just up there clowning.
Wow.
We do it for the low. We had surpassed the time clock pay. But we just, man, when we finish, everybody else be tired. They be like, man, I can't do shit. I'm going home after that. Y'all niggas wore us out. But it's an adventure, man. When you see me perform, or even when you see us perform, it's an adventure, man. I've been trying to get back out to the West Coast, man. We ain't been to the West Coast in a minute. Where y'all at?
Man, I'm out in the Bay,
Miami.
bro. So she's in Miami. I'm in the Bay. So that's that's something that we need to make sure that we handle together. And people that want to book you, they can go to Dave Men at Large on Twitter, right? And see all your booking information.
Go to DaveTolliver.com. It's all there. DaveTolliver.com or go to @Dave Men at Large. It may get me out. I need to come to the West. And Miami, that's my favorite place in the whole world, man. Yeah,
Come on.
Miami.
Need to make that out there make that quick. People out there that's on Twitter now, because I know a lot of people was like, yo, it'll be good to hear, something new from Men at Large. Even if it's just a single you throw out in the wind and see if people actually is rolling
and
that.
Home, I love that song. Me and my girl love Home. That's I love that song.
And that's my single right now. And I've been procrastinating on shooting this video, man. So
well, you need
my partner been talking.
not procrastinate and come on with it.
I know, right? I need to probably come to Miami and do it.
Yeah, come on. There's plenty of room down here. Come on.
Send me your headshot and bio. And send me your call card. You know what I mean?
There you go.
I already have your phone number. It's okay.
That's what's up, man.
Hey, before we wrap it up with Dave Tolliver, again, make sure DaveTolliver.com is the website to go. He's on Facebook as well. King Dave Tolliver is the Facebook, and of course Dave Men at Large is on the Twitter. And you kind of overdosed on Facebook, so I can't add you on there. But I'm following you on Facebook, man. Yeah, I know. Once you reach that 5,000, wow, man, that's it.
Yeah, and I got 2 pages
you need to
like
slap
that,
some
but
people over and move us in.
But look though, nobody wants to hit my fan page, my like page. I'm like, damn, I'm capped off there like 1,600. I'm like, okay, so I got 5,000, and then I got like 300 friends waiting on this one. I got 5,000 and about 200 people waiting on this one. Why don't y'all just go to the little like page? And it's a way that you can combine them. But I would like to combine both accounts, all of that shit into one, and that would give me a sweeter look of how it looked. You know what I mean? It's some way you do it. You got to go. I went on YouTube and looked how to where you gotta hit some button on there. You go to settings and hit something, and then it download all your info into a file. Then you gotta upload it back again, and I said, man,
He's like, you know what, fuck it. You know what? I mean, like, that's too much damn work,
right,
man.
You know what? This is what you do. You sit there, you delete all these people. First, you make the announcement. If you get deleted, you just need to go over to this page, because that's where I'll be at, and do it like that.
They don't do that though. I know.
Yeah, not only that.
The only time they reply is if I say something about some prayers or something, or if I say something nasty. I remember one time I said something about what was bad sex or what was good sex. I probably got like about 500 or 600 hits on that, man. Comments, you know what I mean? And
then say something nasty, and then be like, and if you want to talk more about it, you need to go over here.
All right.
Right.
But every day on it's one page I have where you search the name and the King Dave. I know I am never getting no more friends on that one. But the other one I think is Dave Tolliver Men at Large, and that's the one where you search and it has the white shirt on with the gold stitching on the front of it. That one, like every couple of days, some people will drop off and I can add 2 people. But
Hey, people got to make sure they check it. But in the meantime, I mean, you active on Twitter, so Dave Men at Large is definitely for the spot for people that's on Twitter right now. You know what I'm saying? Hashtagging whatever they hashtagging. And Instagram too, right?
Yeah, Instagram is and Twitter is at Dave Men at Large. Yes, sir.
There you go. Hey man, I wanna thank you for hanging out with us, bro. And when you get ready to drop your when you get ready to drop your project in July, roughly around your birthday, man, come back, man, and be like my big brother, just kick your feet on the couch, man, and just come hang out with us for the whole session, like an album release party. Do it the old school way, bro. Do the old. You know how they used to do the old school. You know how they used to do that, right?
Hell yeah. I'm saying that's how I want to do now. I told my management team, I was like, man, call some of these promoters because I know they don't want to give up no bread. Call up the promoters. Let's do a pay for promotion. Have them dudes book the show, pay for flights, hotels. We come out and I do a couple new joints. I ain't doing no old stuff. I might if it's real packed and we can work out some money off the door. Yeah, I might do a couple old joints, but otherwise it's just all about the new shit because that's what I'm really focused on. Quick funny story about Oakland, right? You in the Bay?
Yes, sir.
We came out there. It was us, Nas, AZ, some other groups too. It was like that Miller sound stage they used to have. It was out in some park somewhere, and cats start shooting like a mud pub. BT, yeah, they start fighting, and BT left us out there. If it had not been for this guy that worked at the hotel, hell yeah. if it had not been for this guy at the hotel coming back to get us, man, ain't no telling. What ain't gonna happen to us? But you know.
Yeah, just that element of it. You know what I mean? That's Oakland though.
No wonder why you
damn
haven't
right
been
about
back
that.
to the West Coast in a hot minute.
I'm ready to go. I mean, I love Miami. I love the West Coast, man. I haven't been to Oakland enough. I love to come back out there, man. So, I mean, y'all got my number. Let's book some shows. Let's do something.
Let's do it. It's long overdue. Long overdue.
Man, I host events. I sit on people's panels. You know, I play Simon Cowell on panels and stuff. You know, I vocal coach. I do all of that stuff, man. So, you know, let's get it in. I do taxes too. So I mean, I know it's like the last minute push. Hey,
multi-talented brother right there, though, man. That's it, though.
Right.
I need that
That's
paper.
it, though.
I need that paper.
Hey, that's what's happening. Hey, we gonna stay connected, man. It ain't gonna be too long before we start, you know what I'm saying, keeping in contact on the regular. So yeah, let's make it happen. People out there, seriously, go to Dave Men at Large on Twitter right now. You can see all his information. DaveTolliver.com is the website, and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna be at you. We're gonna be at you to check in on the regular.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
I'm trying to come. I mean. You got to tell me your name again, because he said in the beginning, and then we just dove right into the grotto.
Hey, I'm about to connect you with. I'm about to connect you with.
Sweet Aaron.
Sweet Aaron.
We already follow each other. Yeah, I am Sweet Aaron is my Twitter name. We already follow each other.
I just got you connect. I just tweeted both of y'all a little Twitter thing out there, so y'all connected. Connected, sir.
I'm branded. This
yes,
your
sir.
boy Dave Tolliver, and I'm branded. You dig?
Indeed. Dig that. Branded out the dark. Appreciate the love, bro.
That is Doug.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the #1 radio station for the people.